For the past 5 weeks, I've been systematically learning how to draw by taking an online course. And so far, I've covered concepts from lines and shapes to compositions and proportions through watching the lectures, taking notes, reviewing notes, and applying these key concepts into my practices. This was done intentionally. In some of my previous videos, I talked about how I place emphasis on being systematic, as in taking my time to lay a solid foundation of drawing as a field of study. And I was fortunate that this course did exactly that for me. Now that I'm moving on to more complex theories such as line perspectives and lights and shadows, I want to try out a more dynamic way of learning, where I'm placing my energy in a more targeted way, by taking stock of what I already know about a subject and filling the gap between what I knew to what I need to know to improve. I was excited when I made this decision because I have a project on hand to try this out. I came across a really cute home decor idea where people were using different languages to convey meaningful messages, and I thought that would be a cool birthday gift for Mr. Spark next week. I took some time to analyze the posting while thinking about the steps I need to take to carry out the idea. Then it occurred to me that I could adopt the KWL method that I used to use for reading and learning. Basically, this method provides the framework I described earlier. K stands for what I already know. This is where I summarize all my previous knowledge in this area. For example, I want to use purple as the main color, and I know that to make purple, I need both blue and red. Also, acrylic paint dries pretty fast, and I know this from my experience painting my clay figures. So I write this down too. W refers to what I want to know. This is where I think about the effects I want to create and the skills I need but don't yet have or feel uncertain about, which include how to create different shades of purple, ways to slow down the paint's drying time, and making sure I have a perfect heart shape on the canvas. L is to record what I have learned after doing different kinds of learning activities, such as taking courses or doing targeted research. It boosted my confidence to find answers to my specific questions, such as adding white and brown rather than black so the colors are less dull, to create shades. Artist's tape can help shield an area of the canvas, and most importantly, mix slowly and patiently. I also added application to the chart to document the project after I've put what I learned in use. How did I apply what I learned? Were there any surprises? How did I feel about the process? Would I do anything differently next time? Of course, this is to be filled out after the project is done. Now that the first 3 columns are complete, I was ready to put all this information in use. I went and got this 20 by 20 canvas from Michaels. I like how it's already primed and ready to use. One way to slow down the acrylic paint from drying completely is to use this Stay Wet palette paper, sponge, and container combo. This is quite an ingenious design to maintain the paint's moisture for up to weeks. For the paint, I'm just using some basic colors. This is because aside from doing this project, I also want to learn about colors. I want to mix my own colors instead of relying on always buying pre-mixed ones. Being an experiential learner, I know the best way for me to retain and internalize that knowledge is to get my hands dirty and learn from the process. Here I'm sketching out where I'd like my heart to go and using the tape to guide the boundaries before actually playing with those colors and putting them down on the canvas. I knew the color was off as soon as I laid the knife on the canvas, despite how it did look purple on the palette. I decided to go ahead and finish the first layer anyway, knowing that I can paint over it with a more accurate color later. I'm now adding a lot more red to the mix so I can get a proper purple this time. It does work so much better, and with a lot of patience, I'm able to create this purple background with some subtle gradient moving downward and around the heart. I'm using this palette knife to scoop up some thick paint in a much lighter shade of purple. The texture is exactly what I was looking for, and I also like how this lavender color brightens up the center of the canvas and inside the heart. I feel there's an aesthetic sense of order present when one color is used for a sizable area. I gave a total of 3 days so the thick paint can dry properly. And now we're ready for the most exciting part of this project: writing down happy birthday in multiple languages. I wrote them down on a piece of paper first so I can use it as a reference. And this also gives me a chance to practice. I use permanent markers to write on the lavender stripes. The varying colors and length also add character to the entire piece.
이건 사랑인 것 같아. 바라는 건 없어. 그저 내 맘 알려주고 싶어서 이제는 그게 더 속 시원할 것 같아. 널 바래다 주고
Time to return to our KWLA chart and document the application process. I thoroughly enjoyed using acrylic paint on a canvas for the first time, and thanks to all my research, I'm happy with how this gift turned out. I was surprised to find out just how much more red paint I needed to get the purple I was looking for, and I would definitely avoid using permanent markers to write on the paint next time.
널 바래다 주고 언제나 혼자서 걷는 길은 건지 이건 사랑 맞아 아무리 생각해도 좋은 친구로 난 못 넘겠어 왜 달이 슬퍼 보이는 걸까 이건 사랑
Thank you for following along my process using the KWLA method as well as preparing this gift. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.